What's up, guys? It is officially opening day and is the start of SEC baseball season, a fantastic time of year. The weather's going to warm up. We can start drinking in the bleachers again instead of the shower. Hopefully, I'm not the only one. Should be a fantastic season. You have 9 teams ranked in the top 25. But instead of looking forward to what we could project and predict this year, we're going to look back at some of the SEC stars in the past, and specifically, we did a deep dive on which 2 sports stars in the SEC had the best baseball seasons or careers in SEC history. All right, up first, number 5. This is not going to go over well with a lot of people. There's so much talent. You could really put anyone here, but you got to do something to separate yourself, right? It's like a job interview. And that being said, there's not a better resume that I've ever seen than Dixie Howell's, the Alabama halfback from 1934, where they won a national championship. And he was an All-American running back, played with Bear Bryant, and is also the best baseball player at the university as well, as he was drafted to play professional baseball and also drafted by the Washington Redskins, RIP. I'm not sure what his workload was or if he was just getting a side hustle and Uber wasn't around, because from 1938 to 1941, while playing professional baseball, Dixie Howell also was the head football coach for Arizona State. That's a lot. That's a lot to handle. Things slowed down for him after that. He went to World War II. And when he got back, he became an assistant coach at Alabama in football and baseball before finally moving to Idaho, so he would never be bothered anymore, and becoming their head football coach. All right, number 4, Jake Gibbs. Who's Jake Gibbs, you asked? I tell you what, outside of JFK, probably the best year out of any American in 1960. Let me explain. Not only was he an All-American in baseball in 60 and 61, he was also the SEC Player of the Year in football as the quarterback at Ole Miss on their 1960 national championship team. He was a phenomenal baseball player, though, like we said, ends up having a 384 career average and played 10 years of professional baseball with the Yankees. So Jake Gibbs, baller, because you have some phenomenal players here. Number 3, Conrad Harrell, an absolute legend in the SEC and especially in Knoxville. Conrad Harrell has one of the greatest background stories you've ever heard. One, his mom was the first Black employee of NASA ever, just humble brag. And then when he was 17 and graduated high school, he became the 4th overall pick by the Montreal Expos in the draft. However, his mom refused to sign off on it because he was a minor, like it was a field trip or something like that, and made him go to college, which was great for Tennessee fans because he became a legend by being the first starting Black quarterback in the SEC, and started for 3 years. Also was the first Black player on their baseball team in program history. Shined in both. He was a 3-year starter on the football team, led Tennessee to 3 straight bowl games. When he left Tennessee, he had the the program record for the best interception to pass attempt ratio in program history. Jared Garantano, not even close. He really shined on the baseball field, though, where he was a member of the All-Century team for Tennessee, had a career 353 average, and still his 27-game hitting streak is the longest in program history. All right, number 2, same university, different era, Todd Helton. Helton was a huge recruit in both baseball and football. He was the Tennessee Gatorade Player of the Year coming in his freshman season. Starting quarterback goes down. It's his time to shine. As luck would have it, he gets a knee injury as well. And some big forehead kid named Peyton Manning ends up getting the starting job and never giving it up for the next 3 years. Taking a look at the numbers in Todd Helton's career, it is ridiculous. We'll start his freshman year. He's a freshman All-American, 3rd-team regular All-American, just already putting up production, putting up numbers. His second season took a break, from just raking, hitting over 400. He decided he was going to set the Tennessee program record that's still there with a 47.2 scoreless inning streak. 1995 was one of the most ridiculous seasons in possibly college baseball history. Todd Helton, I had to bring notes out for this. Todd Helton was the SEC Player of the Year. He hit 407 with 20 home runs, and he led the SEC in home runs, RBIs, runs, doubles, batting average, slugging percentage, on base percentage, hits, walks, and just for good measure, he also led the SEC in ERA on the mound, where he was 8-2 with 12 saves with a 1.66 ERA. This was more so okay. All right, number one. You knew who it was going to be all along. Who else would it be? Bo Jackson. He's one of the best athletes in the history of sports, not just the SEC. full season during his Auburn career, playing 42 games. And he did exactly what you think he did. He hit 407, or God damn it, Chris. And he did exactly what you think Bo would do. He hit 401 with 17 home runs and had an absolutely ridiculous season. Didn't break any bats over his knees because they were aluminum. Just a safety precaution. That's it. Then he goes into the fall, takes a quick break in the summer, right? Probably just to not lift weights and just shoot bows and arrows in the woods and stuff like that. Goes into the fall, leads Auburn's football team with 1,785 yards rushing, 17 touchdowns, and just for good measure, a Heisman Trophy as well. I mean, outside of the economy and Madonna, I don't know who had a better 1985 than Bo Jackson.